Chile enter the Confederations Cup this summer, seeking their third consecutive major international trophy in as many years. Two-time Copa America champions, the first time ever after a 99-year spell of never having won the Copa America. Chile lifted the trophy on home soil in 2015. 2016, celebrating the 100-year anniversary of the tournament itself, the defending champions successfully defended their trophy and emerged with an identical scoreline victory over Argentina in the final, 0-0 on penalties. PZ and the rest of the team entered this tournament as one of the favorites, in my opinion, and with a golden opportunity here to add to their shelf, just as Portugal did last year. They're going to be having the same goal in mind of adding more silverware to Now, entering this tournament, Chile have had a few disappointing results in friendlies against Russia and Romania. And normally I'm someone who takes friendlies seriously, as it sort of gives you a hint of where the team is in current form heading into a major international tournament. But looking back at Chile's recent history in the last 2 to 3 years, what you'll find is that they've lost to much lesser opposition in the build-up to the last two Copa Americas. They lost to Jamaica, who was arguably the worst team at the 2016 Copa America Centenario, and they went on to win the tournament. Right before they hosted the tournament in 2015, they had a couple of disappointing friendly losses as well against teams they really should have beaten, but I'm not reading too much into it because we know what they did both in 2015 and in 2016. They're going to be taking the Confederations Cup much more seriously, in my opinion. And this is a group Chile really should win. Like I said, they should get at least 7 points from this. Anything less than that will be a disappointment. First game's against Cameroon, and then they wrap up against Australia, a team that they're very familiar with because they played them at the 2014 World Cup, so there's a bit of history between Chile and Australia here. I believe Gary Medel got a red card in the last friendly loss to Romania, which ended 3-2. I don't think he's suspended for the Confederations Cup because I don't think red cards during friendlies transfer over into major competitive games. But if it does, it would be sort of a blow for Chile's defense. This is a team that's not very known for their defensive prowess. They usually rely on numbers going forward with a very strong midfield and one of the deadliest attacks in all of South American football. For me, the most important player, it's going to be Arturo Vidal. Like I said in my Mexico video where I said Andres Guardado is going to be the central leader for the Mexican team, I think Chile's success here is going to be determined by their midfield. And Arturo Vidal is really the anchor of his position. I do think that he's going to play a large role in aiding Charles Aranguiz and Alexis Sanchez up front. If he has a poor tournament, then Chile is going to have a poor tournament, in all honesty. So, this is a Chilean team that is going through a golden generation. Quite arguably the best team that Chile has ever fielded. And yes, that includes better than the 1962 team that finished in third place on home soil. And you look at how far Chile has come in the last decade, and this story, guys, is incredible. I believe it was in the summer of 2004, Chile was ranked 71st in the world. 71. And then a decade later, winning the Copa America on home soil, winning it again the following year, becoming a top 10 team. They've been a top 10 side for going on two years now or so. All the credit for that really goes to two men. It goes to Jorge Sampaoli, who's now currently the Argentina manager. But their success really started back in 2005 with Marcelo Bielsa, who injected a much-needed amount of energy into a stagnant team that was just coming off finishing at or near the bottom of South American World Cup qualifying in 2002. In the early 2000s, Chile were arguably the worst team in South America. And you look at how much of a turnaround, how much of a transformation they've made. It's absolutely incredible. It's probably the biggest improvement story of any major footballing nation of the 21st century so far. And all the credit in the world goes to... it was really that generation of Chileans, the one that finished in the semifinals in one of the under-20 World Cups, I think 2003 or something, I'm not sure. But it was really that team that later became the basis, the bedrock of the current Chilean senior national team. And it's a great achievement because success at the youth level almost never translates, carries over into the main squad. And as a sort of comparison in how far Chile has come, you could really call them the Germany of South America, because Germany went through a similar transition from the early 2000s after the 2004 Euro humiliation, crashing out in the group stage, tying with Latvia. The last 10 to 12 years of German football, they completely revamped their youth system at the domestic level, and now they're the current world champions. And arguably no other country in the world, maybe with the exception of Brazil and France, produces young talent like Germany does at the moment. So Chile's success story is really admirable. Just to give some perspective of where they are now and the fact that we're even having this conversation. Because 2003, 2004, 2005, we wouldn't be talking about Chile. So where do I think Chile's going to come into this group? Where do I think they're going to finish? I think they're going to top it. I think they're going to top this group. If Germany was bringing a full-strength squad, it'd be much tougher to predict who would win this group, Group B. But I do think Chile's going to win it. And I think they're going to beat Germany in their second group game. I don't think they're going to get the full 9 points. I don't think any team in this tournament is going to win all three of their group games. But I do think Chile will advance, probably with 7 points. And they'll play the second-place team from Group B. So that's my team profile and predictions for Chile. See you guys in my next video.